Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 16. It is day 3, April 19th, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop placing a trade. All right, Jedi traders, let's get right into the markets. As been an interesting week so far. It was all about the crude today. All about the crude, as we could see here on the chart. Price action again, pre-EIA report here, as price action eventually followed through all the way down. See here, price action falling underneath the cloud, 51.44. There's your 34 EMA. Nice ride down. MML reset one or two times, not too bad, but Heiken Ashi bars there to keep you in trend. So there's our trend chart of the day, giving the crude a major descent all the way down. All right, posted 15 minutes prior to the market open each day, as we had the nice Globex run here. Let's take a look at the Globex here for a moment here. Price action again pre-market on the NQ, YM, and ES already upside here, as the NQ making a very nice move from the Globex low from last night overnight session on the 5-minute overlay here of the MML on a range chart, 10-7 Flex Renko. Very nice, 34 EMA, keeping you in the uptrend. That's for obviously traders trading those overnight markets, but if you are a regular trading hours, you wake up in the morning, you see a nice move like that, and you're asking yourself, hey, are we going any higher? How do I splice into this? And that's exactly the big question we saw this morning. So NQ, as we see here on the chart, that's exactly the price action as we saw here, lifting up overnight. This is the 10-15 minute charts, as we could see all the way up to the upside. We could see the price action as we left yesterday, saying, as we have all week, it's where are we in regards to that 10 and 50 period moving averages on the daily chart. And here we could see we absolutely gave a nice lift here. Let's go ahead and get that in the screen there. There you go. You can see that price action again lifting overnight to the highs here. And so at this point, you're looking at the NQ and saying, well, at least maybe 54.2975 might get me up to that high. And exactly today, the high there on the NQ, 54.30. So coming in within the realms of the major support resistance, but that's not how the market was going to hold today, as the continued trend of the Globex only to the MML, those Murray math levels highs, and the AD line outlier held for the day. So there's your NQ again. Anything to the downside was game. 5400, 5390, 75. Take a look at where our low today was, 5388. So NQ getting down there on the full session pick here. Price action coming down all the way. Nice again move, finding those MML highs to the upside, and price action coming down, holding to the 534 all the way down underneath the VWAP. Whether you were able to hold on the entire distance or opportunity back to the downside on the pullbacks, that was up to trade management. Again, letting your runners run here all the way down the MMLs, 1, 2, multiple contracts. Great move. Key note here on the NQ, I want to go ahead and point that out here. On the move upside on the NQ here this morning, you could see price action to those MML highs above the cloud with the 34 EMA, but note the AD line at the outlier. That's why I was a little hesitant to recommend any move to the upside at this point, even though we had two nice supporting trends to the upside here, all the way up to the reversal 54.27 AD line there. But again, we saw that we got a little bit higher, 54.30, as price action actually managed to get up just a little bit. But AD line outlier right up to the 90s, that's usually about it, unless we just chop up here for the rest of the day. Well, that wasn't the story that was going to elude us for the markets. All right, ES pre-market trend. We saw price action again, same picture on the Globex, all the way up here to the overbought 23.45.75. That's again a 10-minute chart. Again, we can vacillate between the 5, 10, and 15 minutes, just depending on price action. Again, the daily intraday, we're looking at a 5-minute overlay at this point, but overall overnight, anything bigger time frame, 10, 15 minute would be fine as well. All right, holding above the weekly VWAP, that's where we were. So we're looking up here to 23.59.50. ES grabbing a high here around 23.49, so not exactly coming up to the upper levels of resistance here. So we pretty much held to the midpoint. ES not as smooth today, but again, a trend playing out. ES full session playing itself out downside here for the most part after with the NQ. A little bit of divergence here also in the market today as the NQ was moving up and YM and ES were already pulling down. So that didn't exactly make for all markets in sync. And so that's why a little bit of hesitancy, as you can see here on the ES, trying to get up to those MMLs to the upside, just never being able to get up there. So the best of the moves here indicated by the arrows where all charts were in sync. He had a couple of moves here on the upside in the first about post 30 minutes, and then price action, a little bit of a wait. He had a little bit of a clip here, but again, in the yellow caution, I would have waited. Again, you might be looking at Globex, you might be looking at market internals, but finally, market action all the way down here. So from the open down to the close, finishing downside in the downtrend. Nice move on the ES. And to wrap up, YM again, similar picture here. Price action a little bit smoother from one end all the way down to the other. Again, something a little bit new we've been adding to the overlay. Again, the core strategy is the Heikin Ashi bars, but if you can use these Murray math levels in sync with your charts, as you can see, holding underneath the cloud, holding underneath moving averages, Heikin Ashi bars and trend, that's the core of the strategy. From one end to the other, gives you a nice move. Once you break that 34 EMA with all charts in sync, you got yourself a nice move. Again, sometimes you get taken out on the stock trade management. I get it. So you got to get yourself back in. Use the market internals, use the tick count, and you got yourself hopefully a runner at this point. Keep your stop at break even, and hopefully on the pullbacks you're not taken out. All right, so there's our YM. Key noted charts of the day, as we pointed out, there was that NQ up to the AD line outlier, and as well as the crude chart all the way down. Again, pointing out here as we continue to roll through the week here, again, testing the MML overlay with different square widths. Right now we're at a 128. If you have access to the Murray math levels here on Sierra charts, great adjunct market internal as well as strategy. Again, I'm not recommending anything on it. I'm just using it as a supplement to the core of the Heikin Ashi T3 study, looking for highest probability setups to the downside. All right, so let's jump into the charts as we saw them today. Let's get into, there we go. Price action here, as we can see to the downside. Let's shrink up the charts here a little bit. You can see what I'm looking at. All right, here we go. Take a look at the screen share. There we go. Price action on the MMLs. I apologize, on the market profile here. Build a little bit of volume up here. A little bit of a weak top up here, almost closing out the point of control previously. But again, building some volume up where we haven't for the last week. So we'd like to see a little bit more single prints as we have seen each day for this week and of last week. ES, a little bit of a weak top, so at some point we'll come up and repair those levels upside. All right, daily gaps looking upside as we hold upside from the weekly opens here in the yellow dashed. YM closing downside, perhaps on those post IBM numbers from yesterday. American Express out with their numbers today as well. American Express numbers actually looking pretty good. We just had Netflix to start out the FANG stocks for the week. Tech stocks, again, getting that push upside, but nowhere near the all-time highs again. But NQ holding upside, YM downside, and the ES just barely holding above the weekly open. Again, those AD lines pointing across, there it was, up at the upper 90s today. Not getting up to any huge numbers here. The YM, yes, but remember, YM not holding to any highs today as it was all downside. And ES, same picture as well. Here we can pull out the ES. There it is, almost reaching to the highs there. But there's once we get to those upper levels, guys, that's it. Usually either we chop or we come back down, as mentioned before. All right, let's take a look at the, again, template. Again, it was crude. Gold with a nice move. Actually, nice solid move here. Early morning session as gold has been coming down on the overnight Globex. There it is. VWAPs and 144 cloud. Nice pocket of gold as it ran down. But again, you can see here, you got to note the time frame here. If you notice below, that all happened within seconds. A lot of shares unloaded on the gold today. So that was almost an impossible move. Had you already been on the short, you would have been okay. But it was crude to the short today. That was the key trend in the market. All right, let's jump into where we sit right now, headed into tomorrow. Taking a look at the daily big picture. ES again, still struggling here at the 10 and the 50. It's the NQ, still doing pretty good here, holding upside, but can't seem to get a solid grip above the 10 and the 50 and continue upside. So whether it's the NQ or the ES here, price action again, we got to get back above that 10 and 50 to get this trend back upside, and we're still a little bit weak across the board. All right, daily big pick heading into tomorrow. Again, you might be watching the NQ, YMES, or any other chart. Here we're going to use the 10-minute overlay for the tonight's session. Holding down at the lows, 53.90.75. Anything back upside, watch the MMLs upside. Again, we just came right back down to weekly VWAP off the 60-minute high. A little frustrating as it is. Major support resistance. So any move back upside, we'll reassess again in the morning. As for now, watch the lower levels, 53.80.75 all the way down to 53.76. Most notably, we'll probably have a reset. I'll go ahead and post those charts later if those numbers significantly change. But anything downside, we'll be looking for the lows around here, 53.51.75. Taking a look at the YM as we roll into the Globex session. Again, nice move all the way down. We'll be looking at the lower numbers as we hold here. Maybe down to 254, 273 overnight. Anything upside, look to 391. Most likely not going to get a move up to 469. So any pullback, watch the major support resistance. Downside, you might want to go to a smaller time frame. There's a 5-minute chart. We can go ahead, pull up a 10-minute chart here, see how we're doing. Again, similar numbers, 73 and 54 downside. All right, let's wrap it up with the ES here. Price action again, was hoping for that 23.28. We never got down there, pretty much Globex low. Price action again, I want to see that ES come down here, test that support all the way down to maybe 23.24. Again, pre-market, whole nother picture. We'll have to see where price action is there. And then, so we got the similar setup here, both on the 60-minute and the ES. Again, a shout out to all the members in the room. Went ahead and adjusted the template. Go ahead to the share drive. You'll be able to find the new updated template here for 4/19/2017. Went ahead and added the MML just for overlay. Again, you want to go into the studies. You can see what I did. Again, the MML charts added a 534, but it's the core chart here, right here with the 5144 overlay. Again, this is coming off a 5-minute chart. Nice adjunct to your trading style to have those MML charts if you want them on there. All right, Jedi traders, as we roll into tomorrow, let's go ahead and take a look at the economic calendar for tomorrow. Beige book out today. Modest to moderate growth as the EIA took a draw today here. And rolling into tomorrow, jobless claims as well as Philly Fed, 2 red star events. Leading indicators, T-bills, and leading into Friday with PMI as we get ready for the next FOMC meeting and any worldly imbalance out there that can surely cause the market to sway on any given day. All right, Jedi traders, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and key futures markets as I see them every day. I want to give a shout out to a book here, The New Trading for a Living, updated. It's been out for a little bit, but great read on the psychology. Again, if you're looking for a trading system, there are a couple in there, but I'm focusing on the psychology. Again, a lot of good stuff to read when it comes to psychology of trading. There are a lot of good books out there, but I think if you can wrap yourself around that, you might give yourself a solid step up on a lot of the traders out there that don't. So Feel free to stop by tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets if you have any questions or want to obtain more information. My trading mantra of one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs, TradingFibz. You can always find me posting charts and comments throughout the day. I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. And what's in front of me, that's it. I always leave my bias at the door when trading. Hey guys, if you're interested in joining us with our like-minded traders in our community seeking those highest probability setups, you can email me, david@tradingfibs.com, where you can join us any Thursday or Friday in the live charts setup trading room as they happen during the trading day. All right, if I forgot anything, I'm sure I'll catch up on it later tomorrow or on Twitter or social media. Have yourselves a Blue Zone day as we cruise through the week wherever you may be. Have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good night and good trading to you.